This is episode one, where I'm kicking off going live, building in public. I have been doing it for 2 quarters now and posting regularly on Substack and LinkedIn, sharing my repositories public. And I wanted to kick it off for this week. From next week onwards, we will finalize the weekly day for 1 hour building. You bring in your idea or you build with me what I'm building on screen, and we will all together get some hands on. So, this is real build in public. So uh, my intent for starting these sessions were, first of all, we break the ice. I am learning with you guys. You all will be learning with me. I'm going to share all the foundational knowledge I have from 2 decades in corporate and while working with health tech, e-commerce, and service industry, B2B, B2C. I am definitely expanding to share what I have so far learned, coached, mentor. I think it's high time to give back. I was really moved when I saw so many of my friends getting laid off from different companies. That is where this idea actually took a shape and face, and here we are. And I'm really thankful to all my subscriber, all the people who are supporting in the background, cheering for this newsletter, cheering to build. You may all have different questions. My take is no question is silly question. No question is something to be, holding back. All questions are important. So if you may ask a question, that may definitely build confidence for others also to ask similar questions or more questions. So the intent is, whether we have 5 people today, whether we have 50 people or hundreds watching the replay later, I truly appreciate you all being here. And we are going to do it different, not a webinar, not a sales pitch, not another AI tool demonstration. This is just a beginning of something Ashish and I wanted to create for a long time. So I do have Ashish with us here. And Ashish, as you see, people are joining with us. And I would like to introduce you. Go ahead, take the floor, share a few lines about you, who you are, what you do, and what we are going to do here.
Yeah, sorry, I just got a bit late because of the system glitch. It took me a couple of minutes to come live, right? So I apologize for that. I know everybody's time matters a lot. So about me, I have around 21 years of experience building products, especially in fintech, from very small to huge scale, used by at least 80 million people altogether. So my experience is building enterprise system using AI. Like last 5 years or so, I'm building all those AI tools, helping financial institution to go faster, live, and more realistic. And here probably we'll be talking what people mistake about AI, like what they do not consider while they're building system. They like some of the topology where people are not interested in, or probably they're not aware of, like MCPT, A to A, ACP, and all of it, right? So there are different protocols used differently, where we use it, how we use it, what are the right use case. Because what I see here, people building those, right, they have two things in mind: either RAG or MCP, but they don't know exactly where is RAG coming into play, how
Yeah.
RAG is coming into play, right? Where we can use caching, right? Like how to reduce number of tokens, all of it, right? That's very important when you're building the system. And probably over the course of time, and we'll be conducting our live sessions next week onwards, right? We'll be taking one example at a time, building in public, showing them what exactly it means, how to do it, what to consider, what to avoid, and what are the different yardsticks that they have to consider while adopting AI.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashish. And little about myself. I am Manny Grewal. I am in corporate tech for almost 2 decades now. And about 1 decade back, I changed my career also from engineering to product. Coming from master's in computer science, I wanted to understand how the systems and products were being built from top down than just building and deploying those features, solutions, and user experiences. So that's what brought me here. And if some of you have been following my series on like how to build product operating systems without coding, how to build your product knowledge bases without coding, I will be walking you through live in coming sessions. So stay tuned. I'm almost there. I will be publishing my day 19 later tonight. But after, once the day 30th is done, you all have the project repository along with me to play in. We will go use case by use case. So you don't just consume what all these AI tools are. I will give you the verbiage, the stats, the matrix, how to comprehend, how to go prepare for your interviews, how to go talk in public or about your solutions and features, not just as traditional building, but with AI language, with AI emphasis, with ROI, not just for the sake of building because, hey, we are here with AI, let's go build with AI. Not everything needs AI for product feature enhancement. So let's take a pause over there. And what I feel is what I started as a simple experiment that turned into public journey now, and Ashish is joining that journey to build something here with me, a decision log, a prioritization framework. We will give you the stakeholder communication systems, the roadmaps, the experiments, everything publicly. You don't have to pay a penny. You don't, there will be no upsell in these sessions. I'm not going to ask you to enroll somewhere or subscribe somewhere, yeah, other than our Substacks. Please do support us. We do need that support to keep going. Our intent is to reach 100,000 people this year and get everybody coached on AI. You cannot master all the tools in 1 month. You're going to pick one tool, master it, move forward. So that will give you exposure to in-depth experience of these AI tools. So yeah, Ashish, uh, one question I would love to start us
Like
with today's kickoff. Yeah,
before we go forward, I like to add a couple more things, right? I forget to add that you and me, we both are authors of books, right? We both launched successfully two AI books. Third one is coming in next week, and so, and we had an AMA session for our like give backs to our college that we did,
yeah,
and then we trained 250 people. Out of that, 55 already secured job in the AI, and
yeah,
few are still being interviewed, and hope lot more to add to it. So the main intent that we are bringing here is live, right? As Mani was saying, ROI, right? A lot of people are blindly going into AI, like, oh, let's do it because that's the live, right? That's the hottest stream. Let's get into it and do it, right? But how to do it? There's a lot of knowledge on the internet, right? I don't say like I will be lying if I say there's no knowledge, but how to use it, how
yeah.
to like make use of it in a proper way, how to uh, estimate it, how your A system is going to cost you, what really like I have seen in past, right? A couple of people reach back to me, they say, okay, their A system is going to replace 5 people, but end of the day, like it started costing more than 10 people. So
Hmm.
eventually our the cost was increasing. So those things, right, are very fundamental while building the AI system, right? We have to be very conscious to see what use case, what to use it, proper architecture, proper security, right? Like remember the leak happened with Anthropic, right? And the couple of leak happened in past. So when you are building some financial or legacy system, right, where the data is very important, we really can't let that happen. So we have to be very extra careful on that to make sure those yards is being considered. And that's what we are going to get together and build it and show it, like how to use it in the product management, plus how to develop the real product using that. So we'll take case by case, like get along together, and then mm, take it from product management to actually delivering the product itself.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I think that was my first question here, and I wanted to ask you that I have my own opinion, but why do you think so many professionals feeling overwhelmed right now when it comes to AI? Because my observation is people do not need another AI tool now. We need a system. The challenge is not access. The challenge now is becoming the implementation. GPT exists, Claude exists, Gemini exists. Many people have tried them, but very few people have integrated these tools into how they actually work, and that is where the opportunity lives. So I wanted to pick your brain a little bit on it. AI is definitely making people overwhelmed. I don't want to quote anything. We all are going to lose our jobs. Oh my God, AI is going to impact so many jobs. We are only going to focus on how to upskill each one of us here live so that you take back to your current job or to your futuristic role that you are striving for, next promotion. Let's give you that skill set to strengthen it up. And one thing I tell product managers all the time is AI is not replacing the product managers. AI is replacing parts of the job, type of jobs that never should have consumed most of our time in the first place, like documentation, formatting, reformatting, repetitive communication, research synthesis, the first drafts. You need not to start from blank page every time. Those things are getting dramatically faster. That's what I am observing and absorbing. But judgment is disappearing. So understanding your users should not disappear.
Yeah.
It's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, and to add to that, right, it's just not product management, right? There are a lot of tools even like available like in past where people were storing their the documents and then reusing it and all of it, right? They were building the template. The only thing is the type of job is changing. So it's not going to like if you are a coder, you are an engineer, you are a developer, you are a QA, doesn't matter. What work you're going to do, that's going to change. You are the person, you are the brain who's going to build a second neuron on the AI system that's gonna help them build system, right? That's gonna help them test the system, right? You can do the whole end to end. Like we have automation tester, right? That used to script and all of it, right? You can design all of your tasks right there and then in the AI system and then execute it without you sitting and absorbing everything. And then by end of the day you just keep looking at the matrices and see what's going wrong, what to fill, what not to fill, what training needs to be done. Like the recent example for my in my past company, I cannot name the company, we train AI system with our 10 year of code, like how we were doing the
Hmm.
code, how different things. So people are doing their job. It's not, it's just replacing people. Yes, it's going to change your job. You might be training the system now. You might be evaluating the system. You might be
Yeah.
testing the system in terms, right? But your fundamental knowledge is going to be there. Nobody's going to replace that. The thing is, if you do not adopt it, yes, even in past, right, as technology changes, right, we become obsolete. We will become obsolete if we do not adopt to technologies. That's the only thing. So don't be scared, don't be afraid. There's another shift, like we happened from web 2.3 to web 3, and now the web cards, right? So technology keeps changing. We need to keep learning. We need to keep advancing our skills. That's what it is all about. Just keep focusing on the work. Your knowledge is still there. AI needs that knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. And the next one I had on my mind is the way organizations are changing. Ashish, I will come to you, how you are seeing the organizations from moving from prompts to systems. But to kick off, one thing I think many people underestimate is that we are still very early. Most organizations are experimenting, and very few have operationalized AI. There is a difference, okay? So, experimenting is asking AI questions. Operationalizing AI means changing how the work gets done. That is where I believe the biggest opportunity exists and is shaping up very actively. I work with Yelp and I'm seeing it very closely. I have established AI deputy co-established AI deputy program where we coach other people to get their hands on AI, get comfortable with AI tools, and it's slowly getting absorbed into the organization, not just blindly investing all the money, like, hey, build all the chatbots, build everything with AI. If you see in the consumer market, your real users sometimes gets annoyed with all the prompts coming in, with all the AI images coming in, with all the AI experiences coming in. It may be good for marketing, but if you're selling apps, if you're building SaaS, you have to be very cautious on where you invest on AI and how much dependency you leave on these tools. You don't want to get caught in a problem where a system is down and you have nowhere to go other than your Git repository. So we will talk about the diverse tools and how you can localize also these free of cost eventually. And the roadmap before I go there, Ashish, I would like to ask you, looking from fintech, how are you seeing the changes from prompts to system building?
So there are three level actually. I just want to divide it into three different things. Before, right, like if I go back 3 years down the line, people were not
Mm-hmm.
very sure which model to use and all of it. They were blindly, oh, this is new model, let's just use it, without thinking about how it's going to impact their system, how much training that's required, how much hyper tuning that's requires, all of it, right? That was not a real intent. It was just like hush and persuasion where they just want to be in AI and show, oh, my company is doing AI, right? I can give you like 5 or 6 examples with the different 124 banks that I've worked with. The only thing is, it is very real use case in very few aspect of the problem. Take example, the money movement, right? It was very
Mm-hmm.
straight. Now it's getting very near real time, right?
Yeah.
And when it's getting near real time, there are a lot of decisions that needs to be made, right? Like if the transaction is in a fraud or not, all that aspect, right? That takes time in traditional system, right? All those, yes, we already moved to AI, right? We took our time, we understand it. The whole prospect of the system is we really can't change the whole banking system as of now into one AI system. It will probably take another 5 years down the line to make it
Mm-hmm.
real AI. But the components are getting replaced. Some portion of it is getting replaced, right? The other aspect of the problem that people do not understand is the cost. I keep talking about a lot because we face that as kind of a novice, right? When we really
Yeah.
started, uh, we made some mistakes, we make some bad decisions, right? And those were like that impacted very hard on us. Like people just blindly took high, performance system model and then just start using it without realizing that does not solve their use case. Even the lower version of models can solve the use case where the cost is very low, right? So the fintech system, the way I assume and the way I think, or way I imagine is, right,
Mm-hmm.
4 years, 5 years down the line, you will see net new system doing two different things without even you reflecting, like, okay, what happened, your transaction will be completed. So that's going to be changed, right? All those banking accounts, right? We already have those, aggregator like Stripe and all of it, right? Where we can say, okay, combine all those bank account, but still we cannot, you know make a one aggregate decision how to make sure that all the saving from all 5 accounts can be combined together to say, okay, this is my goal. We have to create 5 different goals in those 5 different bank if we're holding it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
all going to change. That's going to be my next adventure next year, coming live probably next March. Just
Nice.
hoping for that.
Nice, nice. And I think for these kind of complex use cases, once we start building in public, everybody can take piece of learning and take back to their real use cases and real work. And I know we are halfway through, and I would love to hear from everyone. What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now when it comes to AI, using or learning, either way? What are you trying to learn, and what would you like us to cover in future sessions? We
Yeah.
have our roadmap, but I would love to hear from our audience so that we make sure in the next session those questions are answered.
Yeah, money, like in the meantime people are responding. Let me add one more thing, right? The biggest pain point in all the organization is DevOps, right?
Oh,
How
yeah.
people respond,
Yeah.
and those like late night meetings and then debugging all those triaging, also deploy issues, right? Very small mistakes, right? We already built a system that we call it zero down. That gonna deploy everything without human intervention, without a fall, and we are observing like 30% reduction in the cost of cloud. So what we were using before, we are paying 30% less than that, although our system uptime has not changed at all. Our performance of the system increased, like
Yeah.
instead of we manually taking care of, oh, what is our high time, what is our low time, reducing the resources or increasing the resources, right? Everything is being managed runtime via an AI, and that's where the beauty is. Like it keep learning, like it keeps learning with each deployment, each is getting better with each deployment, and probably down the year, right? We might see drastically more changes, might reduce a bit more of the cost and
Yeah,
more increase in the performance.
that's really cool to know. Uh, yeah. And Ashish, I know we have a plan and roadmap that what we will be bringing from next week onwards. I just want to hear from people if there is any biggest challenge they are stuck with learning with AI or adapting the AI. The challenge I am seeing at my org is finding the time for all these tools. So I think if we do a focus hour and build together live in public, that is definitely going to give that 1 hour back to people as investment and get something out of that session really hands on. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post in the chat. I am looking at that. I don't see any questions for today, at least. And we'll see if even if you have any questions, drop it to direct messages to me and Ashish if you're not comfortable to bring it up in the chat. We actively post on Substack and LinkedIn, and the intent for this kickoff is to take you all along with us when we are building. I can give a glimpse of what I'm posting for day 1 to day 30 of building your own AI product manager operating system and your product knowledge bank that you can coach your AI. I am doing it with Claude because majority of people have invested in Claude or are investing in Claude. That does not suppress the importance of Copilot or other AIs. We will be covering those as well, but we are starting to master one tool at a time, get it done, and then move to the next one.
Yeah,
Till
just
we,
in the meantime, money is sharing,
yeah,
right? I just want to add a glimpse, right? Like, it's not that we'll be going very deep in the starting. We'll make sure that even the novice, if they come in, they will gain something out of it and they can start
yeah,
building of their own. Might feel repetitive for few of your folk, but the intent is like everybody gain, right? It's not somebody getting lost somewhere and they do not gain anything out of the session. The whole point of this series is to make sure whosoever joins, it adds something to their skill.
yeah. Okay. Ashish, can you see my
I
Claude?
can see your screen, yeah.
Awesome. In my this project, everybody, this is focusing only on product manager and the builders who are looking into the features, use cases, and saving time on recurring loops of your artifacts. So this is what I'm building live with all of you. And tonight I will be posting day 19 of system health check and how you can actually automate some of your uh, strategies here. This week, we are learning around the personas and stakeholder communication. And as we wrap up, by end of day 30th, you should have your own product operating system. You don't need to attend more cohorts. You don't need to pay $2,000, $3,000 per cohort for building these. I'm giving out live, I'm giving out on daily basis. Bring your questions in. Let's build it together. Let me know where you're stuck. And once you have this operating system ready, if you're following the series, I will give out the Git public access to this repository so that you can clone and build right with me, and you can actually take it back to your work and get more efficient. So what this product operating system does is it will help you create the structures of, hey, I want to put some rules, I want to put some configurations, I want to put some personas, how the how Claude would read me as a user, and always stick to those hooks, rules, and harnesses, and not hallucinate. To reach there, I'm not saying it will happen overnight, but to reach there, you have to build this folder structure with me. You have to follow the commands that I have created day by day, where it will analyze your feedback and user research from your markdown files. It will assess all the opportunities with the rules you are putting in the scoring and the grid. It will tell you why it is scoring it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to reach there, you have to stay with me and build these repositories and folder structure in your local. And there is all copy paste prompts and the screens I have shared in the series. Feel free. And if you need help, just ping me. I am more than happy to share these files with you. But eventually it will come to your public GitHub, and feel free to take it from there after cloning it. You have your executive summary, how you want to create a formatting around it. You will have your briefs for engineering, for design, for growth, for all those personas. So you don't have to recreate it every time. You just tell Claude, hey, I want to build a brief for my design lead, and this is the problem statement. Let it do the magic. Let it go through the markdown files and let it generate with you in the mind, your tone, your working style, your brain thought process. It cannot replicate you as a human. You will always be in the loop. The way I have constructed my Claude files here is human will always be in the loop. I am not going to override that check for any one of us. I want to make sure if anything is deleted, anything is overwritten, anything is recreated or created from scratch, it does get your approval, so that after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, this tool, this folder structure should talk your language. And there is the only way to do it is you create it as a product manager, you make it think as a product manager and give it everything how you would do in daily life manually. And eventually you keep in feeding and optimizing it. We will go through all these artifacts one by one. We will go through the entire knowledge base of assumptions, of decisions, of metrics and personas, your North Star, your KPIs. We will be there. Uh, uh, Till then, feel free to take it from my series. One thing I wanted to share is there's a project Lighthouse I have created for all of you to take away. This is just a dummy project. I didn't want to get into any branding or again copying Shopify or a couple other brands on which people already have created so many use case studies. I wanted to build it my own and help you think fresh, create fresh. So this project will tell you what is your problem statement, what all opportunities you have around it, what is your research, what user segments, your personas, what you're targeting. This will, in the end, this will be your one go-to folder to create for your organization. You are in e-commerce, you are in automobile, you are in services, you are in B2B, B2C, anything. You are creating your own SaaS. You need one project as your brain that your AI tool can live off. Yeah, let me pause over there and let me see if we have any questions for today. Not yet. Okay. Uh, let's see. Okay, cool. No open questions, Ashish. As we are coming to close in few minutes, I do want to tell everybody we are available on Substack and LinkedIn. As we are going to build live every week, 1 hour, what uh, what roadmap we have in mind to coach everybody is starting from the basics. That's why I'm calling this series Back to Basics. Uh, Audiences have different learning span. They're coming from different backgrounds. You may be expert, you may be beginner, you may be intermediate. We are starting from basics so that it does help you think from step 1 to step Z, and we don't drop anyone out. So don't feel overwhelmed. We will be sharing, hey, what is a project? What do you mean by create a project in GPT? What do you mean by create a project in Cloud? I have attended some of the cohorts and conferences and other live webinars where even if you have 5,000 people, there will be still a percentage of audience asking the questions. Can you show me how did you create a project once again?
Money.
So everybody is welcome here. Yeah. Yes,
So
Ashish, go ahead.
there are a couple of questions. I think let's just answer those. There are one question right about how we struggle adoption of AI, right? As we were saying before, right? We made mistakes, right? So,
Yeah.
Anthony, just to answer it right and that way, pursuing is not going to right with everybody with a lot of you know layoffs and everything, right? People are not taking it right, how to do it, make it in right way, right? So the POC, show them how this is going to help their work, right? How it's going to fasten their work instead of saying replace their work. That's a very traditional words, like we switch in, and that's going to make a hard impact. Like the way we did was we create one POC and then we showed, right, how it's going to change the traditional words, still keeping those people, how their knowledge is going to help building the system, making it more efficient. If you take them along with you, that's going to be very like helpful. If you just want to build based on your knowledge, people are not going to take it. So the best approach is ask them questions, say what's failing them, what's making them slow, what can be done so that they can do it better way. How?
Thanks, Ashish. And I am sharing our LinkedIn profiles as well. There was a request and ask, where do people can find us? Here. Yep. And we will be covering all these questions, Anthony. Uh, Feel free to reach out to us as we are building. Trust me, we have made good amount of mistakes. We have burnt enough amount of tokens before. I will not call mastered yet, but we are comfortable now to think what should be done and what you need to exclude from the list. So we are there yet. So we will be covering the hooks, the harnesses, the skills. I have a workflow, how to automate a workflow. From there to actually automating a full-fledged use case from industry. So we will be covering all those. So actual hands-on
And
building, yes.
I would love, instead of like we picking up a workflow, if you guys want us to cover some workflow,
Yeah,
put that out on LinkedIn or anywhere. We'll take it, we'll build it. Like if we have enough time for the next session, we'll take your workflow, build it along with you, help you or how to do that.
awesome, awesome. And Anthony, just my 2 cents also from coming from industry of active adoption on AI. Yes, we like I also struggle where adoption sometimes becomes challenging. One, people cannot find time. Second, the mindset is different. It has to adapt and shift. So it does take effort. I weekly and bi-weekly run lightweight AI sessions, AI upskilling sessions, and use case walkthrough sessions bi-weekly, where people come showcase what they have, what crashed. So even if you pushed something to Git and it did not work, I'm happy to host and tell people how to fix it. Hey, it did not work for me, but this is what I did and it worked. So it is going to take time. It is not going to happen overnight. Give it a month or two for people to ask those questions, and eventually they will start listening. So
Yeah, but
there is a hesitation to adapt. Yeah.
yeah, you need to be comfortable asking those questions, and you need to be friendly asking those questions instead of being bossy or like, I don't like that. Like I want people to be very friendly and talk to me and then like ask concerns. Right? If I do that way, people mingle better, right?
Yeah.
For me it took less effort because I was using the same mechanism because I know how I like it, right? And I
Yep.
assume everybody else like it, right? So if we try to solve their concern, as ask their questions, ask about their knowledge base, right, that's going to make them comfortable.
Totally. Totally. And yep, and send us your questions. We are available on Substack and LinkedIn. I do so many volunteer AMAs. I don't charge for my AMAs. I know I'm getting really tight on schedule, to be honest, to maintain these AMAs, and that's why the live chat will help to take along as many people as we can and build it together. So feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn and Substack. Yep. Cool. I think we are good to wrap up for today. And I really appreciate all of you joining and those of you who have subscribed to us and supporting and cheering in the background. I do see Code Like a Girl listening in. That is my favorite. women voice who always push up all the women leaders and upskill. I see Fashion Tech Decoded joining in. They have cool posts and newsletters. Please do support each other. We will see you in the next one. We are looking at Thursdays, 1 hour raw building. So bring your use cases. Even if it crashes, we will learn something from it. Yep. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much, Ashish.
Thank you, guys.
I cannot wait to co-host the next working.
Same here.
Yeah.
Like I'm wanting to train more people like we did in the last AMS, so
Oh
that
yeah.
more and more people can come and join us.
Just to give you all confidence, I have coached 3000 PMs and budding PMs already. I have not charged anything. I just help you through the interviews. I just tell you how you should be talking and preparing. Second, every Friday Ashish and I host free 2 hours building sessions for new grads. A lot of people join our those sessions. Those happen out on the Google discussions, but we are bringing it to Substack now so that we can reach out to more audience. Yep. We'll
Yeah,
see you
and that's
next
all
week.
for free, guys. We are not
Yeah.
charging anything for
Yeah.
that. Just
Yeah.
giving back to the
Thank.
community. Just
Yeah.
learn
Giving back.
mistakes.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good one and have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye.